guys, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So today's going to be a really fun, cute video. We're going to do a 40 witchy question tag on witchcraft. So grab your beverages, grab your snacks, whatever you want to do. Let's do it. Oh, and by the way, my witchy YouTube family, totally do this. This is really fun, and you know, you guys will get to know more about me and my things. So there you go. What kind of witch are you? Of course, is the first question. I get that question a lot because I don't identify myself as a Wiccan or a pagan or the millions of other, you know, paths of witchcraft. I kind of don't identify myself as any. I identify myself as a witch. But if I were to say something, I would say native religion. That's kind of what I would say. But I classify myself as a witch because I draw from many different paths and I kind of make my own. So that's kind of, just to simplify things, I just call myself a witch. How did you discover your path? Like I said in my other video, when I was younger, I was really big into Harry Potter. Still am. Really huge Harry Potter fan. And then my sister brought home all these books on witchcraft, and I dove in, like, head first. I needed to know everything about it. And here I am. So there you go. But discovering my path and actually finding my feet, that took years. Years of study and dedication and kind of going through different paths and seeing what's right for me and kind of developing my own way. And that took years and years and years. How long have you been practicing? 10 years. 10 years now. I just hit my anniversary. I've been a practicing witch for 10 years, more strongly in the last 3 years because I've moved out. But yeah, 10 years I've been practicing, and that makes me seem super old already. What tradition do you follow? I don't really follow too much witchy tradition. I do kind of everything my own way to an extent. I do have an altar, which is pretty traditional, and I do, you know, I have an altar, which is pretty traditional, and maybe the way I do things is a pretty traditional way, but my altar, I would have to say, is like the most traditional thing about me, if you were gonna say it. Are you solitary or do you have a coven? I would love to be part of a coven. I would love that. I'm a solitary witch now just because I live in kind of a little suburb, and I'm sure I'm not the only witch. I'm positive because there is an herbal store here in the neighborhood. So I'm sure I'm not the only witch here, hopefully. But I would love to be part of a coven someday. I would love that. So Chicago witches, if you're out there, you know, if you need an extra member in your coven, oh my god, me, totally, contact me. I would love to be part of a coven. Do you practice divination, and what kinds? All kinds. I love the aspect of divination in witchcraft. I think it's the most awesome thing to do as a witch. That's just my opinion. I practice tea leaves. Tarot's my absolute favorite. Pendulums, scrying, you know, whatever, wax. I do it all. I do it all because I like to, I dabble in runes a little bit as well. I'm still kind of learning, but I like to learn all methods of divination because it's really awesome. It's really awesome as a witch that this is like the foundation of witchcraft. It's pretty cool. So, do or would you teach witchcraft to your children? So, I already made a decision early on. I wasn't gonna have kids. Just not for me, you know, it's my personal preference. Not that kids are, you know, annoying or I hate kids or anything. Just a personal way I feel about it. I wouldn't have kids, but if it happens, and if they're interested in witchcraft, because I think witchcraft and paganism is a choice, and if they're interested in it, hell yeah, I would sit them down, teach them about different things, because that's awesome. You basically have a student right there. It's so cool. Do you have a patron matron deity? Yes, I do. So I work with Baba Yaga almost exclusively because she is like the matron deity of witchcraft and Slavic folklore, folk culture type of thing. This is my Baba Yaga house. So I made this little house to tribute her. And this is my little decoration for Samhain for my altar. Kind of bring her to me, stuff like that. So this is my little Baba Yaga house. And I made this DIY completely from the dollar store. So how cute. So I freaking love it. I'm so proud of it. So yeah, I work almost exclusively with her. She's a pretty hard deity to work with, but totally worth it. Favorite pantheon. So I guess favorite group of gods and goddesses. Slavic folklore, Slavic gods and goddesses pre-Christianity. That's kind of what I follow. Just because it resonates home with me. I'm 100% Polish. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and find gods where you're from, but it just resonates home with me, and I really like that, and there you go. Favorite goddess. So obviously Baba Yaga is going to be my favorite goddess, but I do have another one, Marjana, which is a goddess of winter and death. So her time is right now. It's awesome. But if you guys are interested also, for me to do videos about like Slavic gods and deities that I follow, I think that would be a fun video to do. Why not? Comment below, yes, no, maybe, I don't know. I just don't want to be like the only Polish witch out there talking about, you know, Slavic gods and goddesses if you guys are not interested. So, favorite god. So I don't really have a favorite god. Well, you know what? Book would be my favorite. He's basically the god of darkness, the god of the dark times. So right now is also his time. It's my favorite time of the year because my favorite gods and goddesses kind of come into play. But he is the god of the darkness and the god of now. So when spring comes around again, his brother will come and like reign over. So it's kind of my favorite little god. Sun sign, I'm an Aries. Moon sign, I'm a Pisces. So very opposite. Do you have a familiar? This is a tough question because yes, I think I do. But then people say that I don't. And this is why. Because my cat, Sage, was brought to me. Like, she was brought to me. And I think that she's my familiar. What happened was, I'm not going to get into this whole thing. I should do a video on familiars as well, but I'm not going to get into this whole thing about her. But basically what happened was, we live in an apartment, and one morning she was crying outside the door, and we went door to door. It was no one's cat. She just appeared there. And my apartment, the doors like swing shut. It's crazy. But anyways, yes, I think I have a familiar. Her name is Sage. She's a very, very young little kitty, so she's always really curious, and I'm still kind of teaching her how to go about witchcraft and things like that. But so I think I have a familiar. People probably will say no, but who cares what they think, right? It's just what about me? So yeah, I have a familiar. Thoughts on the afterlife. I believe that when we die, we are all going to be kind of recycled back into the earth because our bodies are natural, they're organic, so we're going to just be basically compost and recycled back and give energy back into the earth. Have you had any paranormal experiences? Yes. Yes, I have. They seem really small and insignificant compared to other paranormal experiences, but yes, I've had paranormal experiences, or what I believe to be the paranormal. I've heard phantom knocks before, and it scared the living shit out of me. Earlier today, I did hear a phantom knock as well, and I almost had to stop myself, like, was it the cat? It was really creepy. But yeah, so phantom knocks. Oh, this one time I heard my name like getting yelled into my ear, like really loud. So loud that I spun myself around, and I'm like, okay, there was no one there. The room was empty. So, whew, Whew, little goosebumps. But yeah, I had some paranormal experiences. Not too many, but some. Are you out of the broom closet? How do your friends and family feel about it? Ooh. So, this is a tough question for me because I'm out of the broom closet in my life, like in my apartment. My boyfriend knows I'm a witch. He encourages it. He's great. His family kind of knows, like his mom kind of knows. She doesn't really mind it. My parents don't know. I think my siblings kind of catch on to it a little bit, but not as much. But my parents don't know definitely, and no, I don't plan to tell them. The reason being is they're very old and they're very stubborn, and their religion is their life, just like my religion is my life, and they would never accept it. So they would never accept it, and I know they won't. And even if you try to talk to my parents about it, they just shut it off completely. So just for the sake of harmony between us, I just don't bring it up. They don't bring it up. That's kind of how we do things, you know. What is something that inspires you? It's not really a witchy question, but whatever. Something that inspires me, the moon. I feel like I draw a lot of inspiration from the moon, a lot of creativity, especially in like a really dark, clear night with the moon and in like a nice crescent and the stars and then maybe like a tree behind it. Love that aesthetic. And yeah, maybe that's kind of what inspires me, the darkness, I guess. Do you have an altar? Yes, I do. Yes, I do have an altar. Right now, it's very stripped down because of the dark times. Follow me on Witches and Pagans Amino and you guys will see it. It's really cool. What is a spell that you have done? A lot. I cast spells, not super frequently. I feel like they need a lot of preparation and things like that, but I cast spells a lot, for protection, you know, anti-anxiety spells, health spells, banishing spells, a lot, cleansing spells. I do a lot of spells. Do you have a totem animal? What is it? No, I don't, so I can't really answer that question. Favorite pagan holiday that you celebrate? This is going to be a tough one. I love Samhain, like, so much. I love Samhain, like, a crazy person. But I also love Candlemas. I love the simplicity and the symbolism behind it. So yeah, that's kind of my two very favorite ones. Do you meditate? Yes, I do. I find it very relaxing, and I center myself while I meditate. I have been meditating less, maybe because I don't feel the need to meditate now every day, which is really actually a big step for me. So, have you gone to a psychic tarot reading, a Reiki master, or healer? No. The reason why, and everyone's like, oh, you should go, it's very enlightening. The reason why I wouldn't go, it's not that I wouldn't go, I just haven't gone. It just doesn't appeal to me. You know, like, it just doesn't appeal to me. I could do it by myself at home. I don't know. Maybe I should. I mean, it would be really fun to get a different perspective and to, you know, but it should, you know, that could be fun. Why not? What witchy books have influenced you? Well, tons of books. I can't really, like, rattle them all off, but I take a little bits from every book and I kind of make my own way. But, definitely Sky Alexander's books are a huge impact on me. But other than that, I've read so many books, I really can't just narrow it down just to one book. Favorite witch websites? I don't really have one. I guess Biddy Tarot. I use their website a lot because it's really helpful. And the Witches and Pagans Amino app. I do a lot too. Favorite witch movie? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, there's so many. Obviously Hocus Pocus. Yeah, I do like it. The Craft for sure, definitely. But this is not a movie, but American Horror Story, The Coven. Oh my God. I love that series. I love it. Usually I sit there and I critique every like little witch thing that goes on, like, oh, they didn't do this right, or they didn't show a real representation of this. But American Horror Story really did their research. They really put together a beautiful series. I watch that series 3 or 4 times a year. Maybe I'll watch it today now that we're talking about it. Why not? So, favorite mythological animal. Interesting. Favorite mythological animal. Well, you know, I have a couple that come to mind like right away, but a Pegasus would be really cool. And dragons. Oh, dragons are so cool, but Pegasus, it's really awesome. That's really awesome, cool. But dragons are another cool one. Favorite season, obviously fall and winter time. I really love this time of year, even though it gets like bitterly cold in Chicago, but I love the symbolism of it. Favorite herb is bay leaves. So, yeah, I use bay leaves a lot in my practice. I will make a video about them too. Favorite gem or crystal, my moonstone. You guys already know. Plus amethyst too, I feel really connected to it, but my moonstone, can't do anything without it, honestly. And selenite. I have a lot of crystals that I really like, but moonstone, selenite, and amethyst, I'm gonna say. Rune of your choice. Oh man. Okay, so I haven't really dived into runes like wholeheartedly, so I can't really answer that question specifically, but I really love runes. I really want to learn more about runes, and I eventually want to make rune kits for my Etsy site, so definitely going to be learning more about runes. They're so intriguing to me, and I love them, so. I know I didn't really answer the question, but I don't really have one as of yet. Tarot card of your choice. Ace of Swords. I answer that so fast every time. Everyone says, oh, what's your favorite tarot card? And most people will say the Hermit or the Fool or, the Empress or the Moon. Ace of Swords for me, because it really resonates kind of what, it just resonates with me. I love the symbolism of it and what it stands for and everything else. I am going to be getting an Ace of Swords tattoo, hopefully in the coming months. But, yeah, Ace of Swords, definitely my favorite tarot card. Let's see. Oh, I lost my place. Symbol or sigil of your choice. That's kind of a hard question to answer. I mean, I use sigils for basically everything, so I don't really have one particular one that I use. But I do like protection sigils and anti-stress sigils, maybe. Your theme or your wand. So I guess which one do I use? I don't have a theme at this current moment. I just can't find one that I like. It's been a struggle. I really can't find one that I really like and I resonate with, so I do use my wands. Yeah, I have multiple wands. I have 3 wands right now. It's crazy, but I use my selenite wand quite frequently. If I did have a theme, I think I would still use my wands just because I connect with my wands a lot better. So, do you have a cauldron? Yes, I do. I recently bought one. I recently bought one not that long ago because I needed it. I needed it. I was burning herbs and stuff in regular bowls and they would get too hot, and it would work, but not as well as a cauldron, and I needed one, so bam, went out and got one, and I love my little cauldron. So, do you have a Book of Shadows? Yes, I do. I think I've showed it off once. Can't remember. I think I did do a Book of Shadows video, and I think I did show it off. But yeah, I do have a Book of Shadows. However, it's not my permanent book. That's kind of something I talked about too, how I want to make like a really, really big, thick book. Maybe I'll get started on that this weekend, maybe, or whatever. But I really want like a thick, big Book of Shadows, like a really big one. I can't find one in the store that I really, really like. I really want like a thick, thick one, like huge, because I really want one book to last me the rest of my life. So, I don't know. I'll think about it, and then we might do a little DIY project or a series of videos on that, because that'll take so long. Do you have a tarot deck? Yes, I do. I have multiple. I have 2 decks that I primarily use. I have a third one that I don't really use at all, but I have 2 decks I primarily use. Do want to get another one so bad, but then every time I get another one, I'm like, oh, my poor other decks. I feel so bad for them. So I try to give them equal love, and I try to use, you know, one for my altar and one for moon phases and one for whatever, but I just feel bad every time I get a new tarot deck because I feel like I'm, you know, abandoning the other one. Don't want to hurt its feelings. Something witch related you want right now is the last question. Witch related that I want right now. You know what I really want to start working with? Bells. I really want to, I think bells are really creepy, and especially spirit bells. I really want to start working with bells and divination and things like that with bells and spirit communication. That's something that I want. There you go, bells. So, that would be it. This video is pretty long already, but those are just like 40 little questions about witchcraft, and hopefully you guys got to know a little bit more about me, and if you have any requests for videos, put them down in the comments. Of course, answer the questions on the videos, put them down in the comments, join the coven and subscribe for weekly, you know, witchy uploads. Check out my Etsy page, why not, and my Facebook. And one last thing, follow me on Witches and Pagans Amino. Black Moon Coven is my screen name. I really love it on there. You can communicate with me faster. If you have any questions or if you just want to chat, why not? Download the app. It's really, really easy. It's free, and it's a great, great, great witches community. So, yeah, I hope this was a really fun little chatty video, and until next time, I'll see you guys.